And we see under the heading of 4 kinds of faith that Jesus specifically spoke about that you can have degrees of faith. Number 1, let's look at James 2:20. Amplified Bible says this: "Are you willing to be shown proof, you foolish, unproductive, spiritually deficient fellow?" Well, that's quite a bit. "That faith apart from good works is dead, inactive, ineffective, and worthless." James 2:19 says, "Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well, the devils also believe and tremble." And then 2:20, "Are you willing to be shown, you foolish, unproductive fellow, that faith apart from good works is dead and inactive and inefficient and worthless?" Faith without works. James also says, if we'll look back up into verse 17, "Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone." 18, "Yea, a man may say, Thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without your works, and I'll show you my faith by my works." So faith with works, that means obedience, to following out and to receiving from God the manifestation of this faith. Intellectually, the devils know that God exists. They have faith that God exists. They believe that God exists, but that's not faith. That's not the spirit of faith that would be a servant to you. Dead faith is where there's no works with it. There's nothing being productive toward it. There's nothing that's stepping out in it. In other words, if I believe that I receive, I'm healed, then let me try to get up. Let me show some actions that show that I do believe that I receive my healing. In number 4 down there, in page 2, go to number 3, saving faith. Ephesians 2:8. "For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God." So it's by the Spirit of grace. Now, grace is a wonderful, wonderful spirit in the kingdom of God. Grace is the chief representation and express outglowing of God Himself, in the sense that it was probably the very first spirit that was created. You always hear about the grace of God, the grace of God. Well, grace is a spirit, and is given unto grace to reign and to rule. Grace has a throne. We are to go before the throne of grace. Even as sons, we go before the throne of grace, and we receive mercy and help in the time of need while we're on the earth. Now, eventually, in the future, in the time to come, we will learn to reign and rule with Jesus, which reigns over grace. He uses grace to reign through. And then, through grace, out through faith. So, in Ephesians 2, "For by grace are we saved through faith, not of ourselves. It is the gift of God." Now, both are the gifts of God. Both grace and faith is the gift of God. It's given unto us. So here we have saving faith, a kind of faith that we could classify. In number 4, we have temporary faith. Luke 8:13. "They on the rock are they which when they hear receive the word with joy, and they have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away." Here we're talking about the parable of the sower, and someone hears the word, and they have faith comes with the word, and they believe on the word, and they rejoice in the word. But when they're tried concerning the word, when a trial comes on them concerning the word, then during time of temptation they may fall away. So we have temporary faith.